With what lens are you watching the news?
So I was rewatching this episode of Jack Ryan from about 6 years ago. What stood out wasn't the politics. It was actually the strategy.
Say you just got home from work, you get through the door, you turn on the TV, and that's what you see. What would you assume is the most major threat on the world stage? Anybody, just call it out. You don't have to raise your hand.
Definitely Russia.
Definitely Russia. That's confident. I like it. Who says Russia? Anybody agree with her? Hands? Okay, great. Who else?
China.
Stop yelling at me, but China is a good answer. Anybody? Who else? China?
North Korea?
North Korea. Any North Korea takers?
Most people are answering at this time, based on what they've heard the most on the news.
And Venezuela? Anybody? Nope. Oh, yeah. One guy in the back. A little worried about Venezuela. Everybody's cool with Venezuela? No threat? Okay. Let me ask you this. Which one of these places can claim to have the largest oil deposit on the planet? More than Saudi? More than Iran?
See right here, this is where the strategy starts. The most overlooked place on the board has the most leverage.
Wow. Okay, what about things like gold? More than all the mines in Africa combined?
The people with leverage weren't reacting to the headlines. They were making quiet moves based on information most people weren't paying attention to yet.
The fact is that Venezuela is arguably the single greatest resource of oil and minerals on the planet. So, why is this country in the midst of one of the greatest humanitarian crises in modern history?
This is the reason why I always tell people, don't just watch the news. You got to understand the incentives behind it.
Analyst predictions, as of today, have the chances of Venezuela's total economic collapse at 87%. On the news, they'll call it a crisis.
And this is how real estate works as well. The biggest mistakes happen when people are reacting to the headlines and the emotion.
But on the world stage, they'll call it a failed state. If you've never heard that term, other examples of a failed state in recent history are Yemen, Iraq, and Syria.
See, the best opportunities actually happen, and the best opportunities actually exist where attention has not caught up yet.
You will not hear about any of this on the news because the biggest players on the world stage do not want you to.
We got to understand that the best decisions actually happen when people slow down, when people get clarity, and when people move intentionally.
To them, unstable governments are nothing more than the greatest of opportunities. So, Russia, China, can never be the most major threat until countries like Venezuela leave the door open to our very own backyard.
Real estate, just like the world, we know this: clarity always beats urgency.